The rational temperament is one of the four temperaments defined by David Keirsey. Correlating with the anti-intuitive thinking Myers-Briggs types, the rational temperament comprises the following role variants listed with their correlated Myers-Briggs types: architect INTP, field marshal ENTJ, inventor ENTP, and mastermind INTJ. This temperament makes up only 5 to 10% of the general population, making this the smallest temperament group. Description: rationals are abstract in speech and utilitarian in pursuing their goals. Their greatest strength is strategy. Their most developed intelligence role is that of either engineers, architects and inventors, or coordinator masterminds and field marshals. As the knowledge-seeking temperament, rationals trust reason implicitly. They rely on objective observations and factual analysis in any given situation. They seek a logical argument as a basis for action. As strategists, rationals strive to gain as much information as possible, applying what they learn to develop long-term plans and the steps for achieving them. They are characterized by a tough-minded personal style, tending to pursue either power or understanding. They are often strong-willed, ambitious, intelligent, and self-determined. Subjective thoughts and emotion have no place in the decision-making process of rationals. Driven to excel, they work hard to achieve their goals, and they do well where they can take control or work independently on a task. Interests: rationals are drawn to science and technology. They usually seek careers involving systems, whether mechanical or electrical engineering, organic biology, social psychology and sociology, or organizational business and economics. Orientation: rationals are pragmatic about the world around them, having little use for social conventions or sentiment except as a means to an end. They weigh logical outcomes before acting, looking for errors in reasoning in themselves and others. Some believe that ethical concepts like good and evil are relative, depending on particular points of view. Citation needed: they regard time as the duration of events rather than as a continuum. They view places as the intersection of two crossing lines, as in Cartesian coordinates, for example. Self-image: rationals' self-esteem is rooted in their ingenuity, their self-respect and their autonomy, and their self-confidence and their resoluteness. Values: rationals appear calm even in times of turmoil. They achieve this state through an intense concentration of effort rather than through emotional detachment. They trust reason and strive for achievement. They are knowledge seekers who aspire to technical superiority, and so are pleased when others defer to their expertise. Social roles: in romantic relationships, rationals want a mindmate with whom they can discuss the topics that interest them, which are often abstract or theoretical, such as philosophy. As parents, they encourage their children to become self-reliant individuals capable of critical thinking. In their professional and social lives, rationals are visionary leaders, developing and consolidating coherent long-term plans. Stress: when under stress, rationals may intellectualize or repress their feelings. The informative rationals, architects and inventors, prefer theorizing, designing, and prototyping their ideas, which may cause them to feel overburdened when called upon to finalize their ideas into practical operation by themselves. This can result in feelings of inadequacy, which can lead to poor or no execution. The directive rationals, masterminds and field marshals, experience stress when their long-range vision is resisted or derailed. They may respond by collecting more and more minute data or by becoming increasingly authoritarian, unaware of how their demands are perceived by others. When confronted with negative consequences in their endeavors, rationals may experience feelings of incompetence, especially if they are not emotionally intelligent. They are frustrated by inefficiency and the perceived illogical tendencies of others. Traits in common with other temperaments: Keirsey identified the following traits of the rational temperament. Abstract in communicating like idealists. Rationals use concepts, possibilities, theories, and identified patterns as a means for communication. Although rationals are realistic, the abstract world serves as a tool for thinking independently and developing new ideas that can be used in more practical matters. Pragmatic in pursuing their goals like artisans. Rationals are unconventional thinkers when deciding on a task or solving a problem. Individualistic by nature, rationals observe their own interests as a response to action, free from societal conformity or traditional thinking. Rationals are not necessarily uncooperative, but they will refuse to perform a certain action if it goes against their understanding or experience and is not based on sound logic or the facts as they understand them in a given context.